Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Okay, this is going to be hopefully a quick one. I don't know. I get asked a lot about how do I spend like my study money, and I was like, you know what, let me make a video about this. I feel like it's pretty interesting to hear about. I watch people on YouTube all the time, and I'm like, I wonder what are they doing. I'm always curious about money and investments and things like that. Like, what are people doing and how do they better like whatever they're doing. Like, I'll be watching a vlogger and you always see them with their families, and you see their husband leaving for work, or then later on you end up finding out on the news that the husband owns like a production company and all kinds of things, and you're like, wow, who would have known that they invested in those type of things? YouTubers own things. I didn't even know that was owned by one that started like 5-7 years ago. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll make a video, and I'll also talk about the mistakes that I've made, you know, from not being able to manage my money very well and not having any guidance. So yeah, let's talk about it, guys. Sun is coming in and out, which is why it's getting dark and light. Then I have a list here talking about everything. So I'll start off with the full amount, and then we'll go down and talk about how it was broken down. Okay, so the study that I did was $8,925. While I was in there, they ended up giving us a little portion of it because we were complaining. Because they had added on days to our study, and a lot of people just didn't want to be home away from their families for too long without taking care of their bills. So yeah, while we were in there, they ended up giving us $5,175 on a card, and that is not common. They always wait to pay you, but once again we complained and we were just annoyed. So the first thing that I did was I went and I paid off my credit card that I had. I didn't understand how the actual debit card worked that they gave us, so I thought that they were going to charge us every time they used it. So I went and I immediately transferred my money to my bank. I paid off my credit card that I have a Capital One that was like $500. Then I paid my rent 2 months in advance. And yeah, I paid for July and June. I had already paid for May, which I didn't even stay at my apartment. And I still paid my rent, of course. Then I went and I put $300 on my phone bill and my Wi-Fi bill. Well, okay, so altogether I think I put about $450 on all that, and that only lasted about maybe 2 months. My phone bill, Wi-Fi and cable are pretty expensive, so you know. Then I went and I took $1,000 of the money and I put it on a secured credit card with Discover. I've really been working on building my credit, and if you guys are too, a secured card is the way to go. It's really helped me with my credit, but it can also hurt it if you don't use it right. So I only did that because I knew I was going to be getting a large amount of money, and I was really going to try to do right this time. And yeah, I got it with Discover. Then I ended up opening a savings account that incurs interest too, so that's extra money on top of your money. Yeah, so I paid rent, secured credit card, Wi-Fi, cable, phone bill. Okay, next, I ended up owing this company because a couple years ago, guys, I went out and I got a payday loan and I did not pay it back, which is so bad. Don't ever do that. Don't ever borrow money from anywhere that you know you can't pay back. I was just really desperate, so yeah, I ended up taking out money, and at first the loan was for like $370. They put like a $250 fee on top of that because of the recovery company. That's their fee. So I ended up owing them $580. I negotiated it a little bit, but it's like I owed them, like that's what I owed, so I really didn't feel comfortable just trying to get away with it. So I ended up just giving them $520, and a month later it was completely erased off of my credit. They put it down to 0, so that was great. So bam, $520 gone. Then while I was in the study, it was Mother's Day. Me and my mom doesn't even really celebrate holidays like that, but we still do things for her. So my mom, she didn't even have like a real bed. She had an actual frame, but she didn't have an actual mattress. So I went and I had bought myself a mattress before I went into the study, but I put it on credit. I had just opened up a credit with them, with Mattress Firm. But then my mom went in one day and she was like, you know, I found this bed, and it ended up being the same exact bed that I got. She had tried them all out and she was just like, this is the one I want. So I bought my mom a mattress. Then I went and she went and she picked out, I ordered her the same sheets that I bought for myself, and they were on clearance. At first they were like $80 a piece, but they were 50% off. So I ended up negotiating it down to like $35 a piece. So I got my mom 2 sheet sets in different colors, and they were really nice, and they really complimented the bed. And so yeah, and then she bought herself some other stuff. So anyway, that came up to like $700 some, y'all. But it was a really good Mother's Day gift, and I'm not going to get her nothing for next year because I help her all throughout the year. But you know, I've never really gotten my mom a real like Mother's Day gift, so I was like, you know what, I do help her all throughout the year, but I actually wanted to get her something real. So yeah, something physical. So I got that. So I ended up putting like $300 on my bill, and that's like 2 months worth of bills kind of. So I still have to pay for next month though. Yeah, so then I also owed my car. My car was behind because my car note was behind, and I don't even care about that, but it does, ooh, it really stinks my score. Because I was in a study, I didn't feel comfortable paying things that just didn't have a real due date. Like my car does have a due date, but it's like sometimes you can just be late on it. It's not a big deal. I wanted to make sure that nothing crazy happened while I was in the study, so I wanted some cushion on myself for that. So yeah, I went and caught up my bill. I paid May, June, oh, and I think I even owed for April. And yeah, so I put like $2,000 down on my car out of that. Now remember guys, I already had money in the bank, so if some of this isn't balancing off, that's why. You know, you don't just go into a 36-day study broke, you know what I mean? Like you have to pay your bills because a whole nother month is rolling by, and what are you gonna do? Unless you just go into study with no money, but at least it's, you know, it's a good chance to take. Then I had to catch up my insurance. That was like, yeah, anyway, I just gave them like $400, and that was like a month and some days worth of insurance. My insurance is high, my car note is extremely high. So yeah guys, like a fourth of my money, more than a fourth, went to my car and my insurance, and that really fucking pissed me off. I hate that car. So yeah, that was what I did with that first portion of the money. Then when we got out of there, I ended up, let me see, yeah, the day we got out, literally, they ended up giving us $2,925. Now, at first, we weren't really sure if we were gonna get, it, but they ended up getting it. So I went to the outlet mall, and I found out that it was gonna be Memorial Day weekend. So they were already having the Memorial Day sales going on. Now, this is why I like going to San Antonio, because the San Marcos is right in between San Antonio and Austin. So I always go there, and I ended up, the first day I went shopping. I kind of looked around. I didn't really see anything I wanted, but I bought like a couple things for me and my mom and my brother. Then I went to Victoria's Secret, and I bought a bunch of bras. I ended up opening a Victoria's Secret card, but yeah, I'll talk about that later. Yeah, then I came back the next day, and I found this beautiful couch. Guys, I absolutely love this couch, and I ended up getting a really good deal on it. This is just a, oh, I also got this plush blanket from there too. It was actually not that bad. I got it for like $60, and it's huge, and it's really comfortable, and everybody always compliments me on it whenever they come over. But yeah, it was like $180, but then it was Memorial Day, so it was already cheap, and then they gave me some more money off. But anyway, I ended up buying this white like linen couch. Well, it's not white, it's more like an oatmeal color. It's like an off-white, but yeah, I bought this couch. It's a sectional, and it was really reasonable. I told myself I wasn't going to pay more than $500 for it, and I did not. I even negotiated. Whenever I go to the outlet malls, y'all, I negotiate with those people. Then I bought this desk and the ottoman at Williams-Sonoma. It's all one store, so it wasn't really a big deal. I was actually going to go to IKEA because they were having a furniture event there. It's still going on. But I went, and I was like, you know what, this furniture seems kind of cheap. I feel like I'm not going to really be happy with it if I bought it, and I'm so glad I went with this. Y'all don't even understand. White linen is great because if you get it, like, you can actually scrub out the stains. If you get like a velvet or a suede, it's less forgiving, a lot less forgiving. Yeah, so I got that. Then I went and I bought myself an iMac computer. My computer ended up giving out on me 7 days into the study. I've had that computer for years. It gave up on me, so all my vlogs were backed up. That was one of the things that I was going to be doing in there. I mean, I have a lot of free time. I was just going to edit a bunch of vlogs and just be chilling and uploading. They have really fast Wi-Fi in there, so I was going to take advantage. Yeah, my computer just gave out, so I only ended up posting like 2 vlogs while I was in there, while I had like another month backed up. A couple family members some change just to give them because I knew that they needed it, and it would feel very weird for me to get a large amount of money and not help them out with it. Then I had to go pay for my schooling. I owed my school $500, and then I also took $400 out of this money, and I know I'm gonna have to pay taxes at the end of the year with YouTube and this combined. So I always write off a bunch of stuff. Like I'm gonna write off my computer because it is used for YouTube. And then I'm gonna write out some other things like travel and cost and donations, but just in case, I always save money from each study and I put it away. Then I also made sure that I had like a small little like fund for just whatever. So that money was gone. That $3,000. Then the last check was $825. It got deposited on our card. With this money, I ended up getting a passport out of it, which is $150. Or like $170, I forgot. Then I put money aside for like a little like rainy day fund that I keep looking at and I keep pinching off of it, but I have to stop doing that shit. Some things for my desk, like I needed a wheelie chair, so I did that, but then I ended up selling my iPad and some other things, so everything just kind of started to balance out a little bit. You know, the money is dwindling down, but I really needed to catch up on things. So when I was in the study, when I was calculating things, like I already knew the money was pretty much gone, but at least this time I spent it well. I ended up getting some dishes and just like houseware things that I really needed. I did not have real dishes, guys. I was eating out of like plastic cups and stuff because I had been spending weekends looking for the perfect dishes and I just never found it. So I just went to IKEA and I bought the $20 dish set. I bought the $10 silverware set and I love it. And yeah, so now my house is just plain comfortable. That's what I really want to work on. I don't really leave the house that much, so I'm a homebody. So my home, as long as that part is comfortable, like all is well. All is well. So yeah, now I have my whole filming set up and I'll be just filming on the couch and I absolutely love it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, guys, there have been like cosmetic procedures that I've actually wanted to get. Not lipo, not a BBL or anything, just like slight ones, like maybe like a facial or something. Oh, and I did buy massage groupons to this massage place that I've been to and I loved it, but it's kind of pricey. But I bought a coupon for 2 sessions. One is for 60 minutes and the other one is for like 90 minutes, and it's the deep tissue one and I absolutely love it. So that was like the most cosmetic thing I bought besides the lipsticks and the makeup that I bought. But yeah, I mean, I would love to do, I don't know, something in the boob area. I just have a lot and I wanted to think about it. Maybe like, I don't know, there are just things that I would love to do, like cosmetic, but I'm just, I don't know, I'm kind of cheap when it comes down to it. Not like cheap in that way, but I'm willing to wait until it's just literally just like extra money that I don't have to get a loan out for. I don't want to get out a loan for vanity, okay? And on top of that, I want to get rid of this car before I do that. Yeah, so the rest of the money, I do plan on buying myself a bike. And that's pretty much all I really want. I've been looking for a really decent bike. Something that's like, something decent that's under $200. I don't really want one of those cruisers really, because I like to go far distances and I feel like that one's just more like a leisure bike. So yeah, I may have to go on Craigslist. Who knows? Yeah, so that was pretty much it, guys. That was how I spent my money. I did buy a bed, but I'm probably gonna end up taking it back. I bought it at IKEA. That thing is kind of like wobbly and I'm not really crazy about it, so I may take that back. I may be too lazy to do that. And then yeah, so that was it, guys. That was how I spent my money. Now, a couple of things you guys could do as far as like, let's say you get a large amount of money and you don't necessarily know what to do with it. Of course, the first thing we all do is pay bills. But if you guys are looking for something to invest, you guys can do what I do. I do this thing that I personally call it broke girl investing. Okay, it's when you don't have the most and the best resources, but you do what you do with what you got. So what I usually do, you guys mostly, if you watch me, you already know that I buy little pieces of land. The way I go about it is I go to county and sheriff sales and I'll pick up a land list. I'll check the address, I'll check out the neighborhood. I don't know what's going on with my hair right there. And then I'll check to see if it's something that I would invest in. Usually you can get a piece of land for $700. You can get it for $1 million. It just depends on the neighborhood, the quality of life, what is it near, all those type of things. So 3 things that I test for is Wi-Fi capability, the phone, like will I be getting reception, and then I check to see if the land is even buildable. I go and I pick up a list from whatever county I go to. I typically buy counties in the country and buy beaches. Texas has a lot of beaches. They're not all the cleanest, but they're a lot of fun because they're more resort towns, so the town is a lot more laid back. Typically resort towns a lot of times have like a lower crime rate, usually, but sometimes, I don't know. Galveston is a different story, y'all. Anyway, yeah, so I'll go to like Corpus Christi or like Crystal Beach, Jamaica Beach, or freaking South Padre or something, and I may buy the piece of land like a little bit further out from it, but at least, you know, that's where I know I'm gonna be getting it from. And yeah, I'll just go around and look. A land test is something that I do even prior to bidding. It's very easy. All you have to do is just dig a hole, get 2 gallons of water, put it in the hole, and then see how long it takes for the water to dissolve. But you can look on YouTube. All you have to do is look up water tests for building land, and that's a simple test. Now you can risk it doing it yourself, or you can go pay somebody, I think it's like $500 to $600 to come out and thoroughly do a land to make sure that it's buildable and that it's good soil to build on or whatever. And you can also check to see if it's good soil to even make a little like farm or whatever on. My ultimate goal is to have like 3 tiny houses that I can just go to and just chill at whenever I want to. I only pay about $20 to $100 taxes on my pieces of land, so that's nothing a year. That's nothing. Now the only catch, of course there's a catch, is that whenever you buy it off of a county sale, if the person who you bought it from wants to buy it back from you, they have 6 months to do it. But if they want to, they have to pay 25% on top of whatever you paid. So you're never, it's not a lose-lose situation. Like, it's a win-win. Either way, you're gonna get your land, or they want it back from you and it's theirs because it is still in the foreclosure process, and you're gonna get even more money on top of your investment. So either way that you do it, you're gonna get money. Now, if you do get agricultural land, which is like homesteading land, that one's 2 years and you have to wait. And then I think theirs is like 30% on top of whatever you paid for it. So I never go for agricultural land, even though I really like it, because it's usually it's huge land and it's already been farmed on. It's good for farming and it's good for whatever you want to do it on. But I don't want to wait 2 years. I just don't want to wait. And I've already started the tiny house hunting process, and I've already started, you know, I already know what kind of floor plan I'm going with. I already know the type of materials and how my place is gonna look and everything. Like, I've already gotten my land or whatever. But yeah, if you guys are interested, just look up your county list and do your research. I can only tell you whatever I do, but you know, do your research. I want to live rent free. I don't give a goddamn. I've paid so much money in rent and cars and utilities and just a lot of bullshit, and I would like to just kind of like learn the process, and it's something I'm really interested in. I think it's fun, and it's not even because I'm being a hippie. It's simply because I absolutely love living in the country, and I love the life that we had when we were living there, and it was really cool. So yeah, that's one thing you guys can do. Like I said, it's just called broke girl investing. It doesn't cost much to buy you a little piece of land. Don't let anybody discourage you and tell you that everything is super hard. I used to think like that. Alright, next thing is buying in little stocks, or maybe opening up like a CD account or something. I'm gonna wrap up this video, but pretty much a stock is just extra money that you can throw away. You literally would not mind losing. You would let up the crackhead of the family borrow. That's what stocks are. That's the type of money that you would put in. If you know that this money is like for your rent or something, don't do that. Like, don't even give it up for stocks. Like, don't do that. But also look more into that, because that's something that I've been looking into. Snapchat recently went public with their stock, so y'all might want to look into it. All that Snapchatting you're doing, you could be investing in it. While I was in the study, before my computer broke down, I don't like using the computer lab in the studies that much, but I still use them. That was one of the things that I was really looking into, is finding out new stocks that I could just put a little bit of money in and possibly build on. Another thing is opening up a savings account that that builds interest. Let's just try that. Open up an account that does. They have CD accounts, they have savings account. That's what I did. I opened up a Discover savings account, and within the first month, I was already making money on that account. I put $500 in there, and you guys don't know this, but Discover has the highest interest rate as far as getting your money back. I think it's like 1.4. Most banks are like 0.03%. Like, they're like literally nothing. I made, let me see, whatever 1.4 times $500 is, and I just kept in that whole month. That's how much money I made. So that's almost like 1% of 500. I think that's $5 and change, but whatever. Anyway, it's more money than I started with. So that's always something that you can do. And yeah, and also open up a secured credit card to build your credit if you don't have any credit. So those are just 3 things I'm currently working on. The stocks one is something I'm going to take a little bit more time with. I'm trying to figure out who I want to go with as far as the trading, online trading, and I'm actually going to go sit down with a banker so I can get more info on it and just kind of see if it's the type of investing that I want to do. So yeah guys, anyway, that was my video talking about how I spent my study money. It's been spent. And I knew that, but at least I didn't make the same mistake that I made before, where I bought like $1,000 mattress and I bought all this furniture, and me and my friends, we were going out to eat, and I was just doing, you know, going out to eat every day. You guys have not seen me on Snapchat going out at expensive restaurants or any of my vlogs, nothing like that, because that's just not something that I can do right now. I love cooking for myself, so I also, like I said, I invested in my channel, which obviously that makes money. Getting a better computer, which is something that I needed anyway. I was even going to get me a new vlogging channel. I mean, a vlogging channel. I was going to get myself a new vlogging camera, but you know what, guys? This time, that just wasn't in my budget, was to buy a camera, so I didn't do it. Maybe my next check from YouTube, or like another study that I do, I'll buy me a decent vlogging camera, but I don't want to buy one that's like $200. I don't want to buy a point and shoot. I could just keep using my phone, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do. The lipstick that I'm wearing is Santee. It's called Sexy Brown. It's a lip pencil, and then I just put the Wet n Wild Catsuit matte lipstick over it, and it's called, hold on, let me go grab it. See, what is this called? Oh, it's called Give Me Mocha. It's the 925B, and this is what it looks like. See, I put the Santee Brown over that, and I got this. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to see any more videos like this, let me know. Any more videos about the studies. I was going to make one talking more about, like, if you're nervous about doing one or something. I could possibly do that because people are always so nervous about them. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you guys do decide to do a study, don't forget to refer me. I have a study phone number. It's just like an extra, like, what is that called? One of those sideline numbers that I use, but you need somebody's phone number and their name and their birthday to refer them. And if you do, you get $75 to $400 per, like, for every study on top of the money that you already get. But majority of the facilities, they want somebody who's already done a study and completed it so that it's legit. So they always say it, you know, so that's what they're always telling us. It's called like a refer a friend. If you've already completed a study, if somebody else completes one, you'll get a referral. So yeah, I'll put all that stuff in the information box if you guys are interested. And yeah, until next time, thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.